In this video, we are going to expose CM Punk's relationship with Paul Heyman with 5 key things that have been mutual for both guys, because they've been friends off screen, they've been friends on screen, they've been bitter rivals. There is a mixture of genuine friendship, professional respect, and storytelling brilliance that has all made together this dynamic duo of Paul Heyman and CM Punk. And it all starts in the ECW days of WWE, because Punk's first interaction with Heyman was during his time in WWE's revived ECW reign in 2006, following the success of One Night Stand a year prior. Heyman, he had a major role in scouting and managing talent for the brand, and he quickly recognized Punk's potential and pushed for him despite skepticism from WWE management. This built a strong bond between them, as Heyman believed in Punk's talent when few others did. Keep in mind that Punk made a name for himself in ROH and on the independent scene prior to being signed with WWE. And when he eventually was called up to the main roster, WWE officials actually wanted to fire CM Punk. You may have heard that story. And it was Heyman who told them, "You fire him because I believe in him. He's going to be someone big one day. You do it. I won't do it." In fact, at the infamous pay-per-view event, December to Remember, or it was actually Heyman who pushed for Punk to win the ECW championship. Vince McMahon thought otherwise. Heyman, Vince, they got into it. They ended up crowning Bobby Lashley as the champion. Also, number 2, mutual respect and trust, because Heyman and Punk, they've shared a similar vision for wrestling, valuing the authenticity and storytelling over pure commercial angles. Punk, he has credited Heyman for his creative influence, while Heyman has praised Punk's work ethic and ability to connect with the fan base like no other people have done. This respect has translated into chemistry that made their pairing feel natural and authentic. Also, they had a on-screen partnership in 2012 and 2013. Their most notable on-screen pairing began in 2012 when Punk turned heel and aligned with Heyman during his 434-day reign as WWE champion. Heyman, he became Punk's manager and a mouthpiece, amplifying the heel persona and providing backup in feuds, especially against the likes of John Cena and The Rock. This was a period that was highlighted for both men, with Punk delivering some of his best promos and matches. Keep in mind that Heyman has told the story about he returned to WWE to be the advocate for Brock Lesnar. He had no other interest in managing any other talents. And Vince came to him and said, "Hey, we want you to manage someone." He goes, "I don't want to screw up a good thing. Me and Brock, I come in, I do my thing, we leave, we come back." And Vince was like, "I want to pair you with CM Punk." And he's like, "You got it." And they did the infamous parking lot angle where they rolled up together and Heyman was sitting, shotgun. And Heyman, unlike what he did for Brock, he was really the icing on the cake of whatever Punk was doing. Punk would do his promo, or Heyman would do the introduction, and then Punk would do his promo, or Heyman would follow the promo. It was just brilliant, right? And then they watered it down because he ultimately turned on him. And for whatever reason, they thought that Heyman with Curtis, Axel, and Ryback would be a great idea. Remember that time where they were trying to make Ryback as this big heel, and it just did not work in 2012 whatsoever? Yeah, that's where that all boils down to. Back to the list. Number 4, it was the feud following the Betrayal, something which I just recently talked about. The relationship eventually soured on screen when Heyman betrayed Punk at the Money in the Bank 2013, costing him a chance to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. This led to a memorable feud between the two, with Heyman bringing in Brock Lesnar as his beast to take down Punk in a brutal match at SummerSlam. Feud highlighted the intense personal connection that they had, adding depth to their rivalry. If you think about where Punk has ranked this match with Brock Lesnar, it's up there with some of the best. He has ranked it up there with the likes of The Undertaker at WrestleMania, right? That was such a legendary match. And Punk and Lesnar at SummerSlam, you want to talk about a fight? That's what that match was, and it was so good. I highly recommend you going on Peacock, WWE Network, whatever you have, and going and checking out that match. Number 5, it's their real-life friendship, because outside of the ring, Punk and Heyman have remained close friends. Heyman has often spoke highly of Punk, even after Punk's departure from WWE in 2014. When Punk returned to wrestling with AEW in 2021, Heyman publicly supported him, acknowledging the impact on the wrestling world. And obviously now they're paired back together, at least behind the scenes in WWE, after Punk returned in 2023. Look, at the end of the day, CM Punk and Paul Heyman's relationship remains one of WWE's most successful collaborations, built on mutual admiration, shared values, and a bond that has made their stories feel real to fans, because it is. They back each other. They support each other. They are there for each other. They help each other. It's truly, truly remarkable. Paul Heyman, in my eyes, will go down as the best manager of all time. How could you not? Look at who he has managed, right? Take away his WCW days. Just look at his WWE days. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. 3 of the best to ever do it. Roman Reigns may go down as the GOAT. He may, right? Obviously, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, they probably hold their weight up there. But I think he could surpass John Cena. I really do. As long as he has the longevity that he does. But Punk, he's a guy that will always be remembered as a pioneer, breaking down the door for smaller wrestlers who can be at the marquee. Him and Bryan Danielson has done that. If you look at where WWE is at, you look at where AEW is at, it's with guys that can go in the ring. They may not be 6'2" or 6'4" or 6. They may not be 250 pounds, but they can go in there and they got charisma. They have it factor. They can cut promos. They can work their tails off. That's what CM Punk and Bryan Danielson introduced. They introduced that style. They introduced that mindset. And for that, I think we should all be grateful, because without CM Punk, without Bryan Danielson, there is no Seth Rollins. There is no Jon Moxley. There is no Adam Coles. There is no Swerve Strickland, Hangman Pages. You can go down the list over and over and over. To a large degree, Cody Rhodes, right? He's not a big guy, but at the end of the day, he oozes charisma, and he can cut a heck of a promo, and he can go in there and work, and that's what CM Punk has always been known for, right? He may not fit your mold. He may not fit Vince McMahon's mold, but either way, the cream rises to the top, and that's exactly what CM Punk has done, whether it's ROH, WWE, AEW. No matter where he has gone, he's absolutely delivered, and he's delivered in a top way, in a top role. And I think that is something that we should all be grateful that we've been able to see and witness firsthand.